Hello everyone, FLASHRABBIT here, and I'm in a new world today. We're not in my Let's Play world, we're not on TryCraft, but today we're going to look at the F3 screen. The F3 screen is this. When you press F3 on your keyboard, all of this information comes up, and some of it's really useful to you when you're playing the game. So I understand that it can be quite confusing if you don't know what's what, so I'm going to go through it with you and hopefully give you some clearer idea of what's going on. So let's get right into it. First thing you'll notice there on the top left hand side is the version of Minecraft that you're using. In this case we're playing in version 1.16.1 and I'm using the fabric loader, and it shows you which version of the fabric loader that you're using as well. Underneath that you can see the frames per second, or FPS. In this case I'm getting 60 frames per second. Now in video and film and games as well, individual images are strung together very quickly to give the impression or the illusion of movement, and that's what happens. So the frames per second measures how many frames pass in each second. So the faster the frames per second, the smoother your game will be. The next bit of useful information that we can see there is E, and that stands for entities, and it shows the number of rendered entities over the total number of entities. So in this case we've got one rendered entity, and that's simply because I'm in creative and I'm also in peaceful, because I didn't want to be bothered by mobs while doing this tutorial. Now, carrying down on the left hand side we then have the X, Y and Z, or X, Y and Z if you're from the UK, and that shows your X position, your Y position and your Z position. As you can see there, the X is -188, the Y 78 and the Z 22. The middle number, the Y, shows how high in the world you are or how low you are in the world. The X position shows your location east of 00, and 00 is the spawn block, or the spawn point of the world. If you travel east you'll be going towards plus or positive numbers. If you travel west you'll be going towards minus or negative numbers. The Z number gives your location south of 00. If you travel south you'll be going towards plus or positive numbers, and if you travel to the north you'll be going towards minus or negative numbers. And underneath that we have block, and that shows us where we're stood in the world, which block we're actually stood on directly beneath our feet. It's very similar to above, the X, Y, Z. It's given in the same format. So we're stood on X -194, Y 78 and Z 20. And moving down on the left hand side we've got the direction we're facing. In this case we're facing east, and if we turn around it changes: north, west, south and back to east again. So it's very easy to tell which way we're travelling, which makes it very easy to navigate the world. The next two numbers that are of interest to us here are the client light, which is 15 in this case. That shows you the light level of the block that you're looking at. So in this case we've got full light, which is 15. If we were to block ourselves in with dirt it would go down to 0. A torch would give a light level of 12 in a dark place, for example. So that's very useful when you're mob proofing your bases. You don't want blocks to be spawnable. Underneath that we've got biome, which shows us which biome we're in. In this case we're in Minecraft Mountains, and that will change whenever you enter a different biome. Again, very useful if you're looking for a particular biome. Now moving over to the right hand side, at the top of the screen, the top right hand side, you can see information about your CPU, the memory and the type of graphics card that you're using. Now if we look at a block we can see their targeted block appears, and that shows us the X, Y and Z coordinates of the block we're looking at rather than the block we're stood on. Underneath that it tells us what the grass block is. In this case it's a grass block. It's not snowy because that's set to false. It is a block that an enderman can hold, we can see underneath, and we can also plant bamboo on it, and it's a valid spawn block. So we can see there that this block, unless it's lit up to prevent spawns, it will otherwise spawn a mob on it. So that's a really quick guide to the F3 screen, or otherwise known as the debug screen. It contains loads of useful information if you read it correctly, so I hope it's unravelled the mystery for you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every time you come along. If you've enjoyed the episode or got some use from it, please press the like button, and if you've really enjoyed it, consider subscribing, because it really does help the channel grow. And if you don't want to miss any of my uploads in the future, press the bell icon and I'll be sure to let you know the next time I upload a video. But for now, bye!